When Japan purchases a shipment of oil from Saudi Arabia, the trade occurs in a currency that belongs to neither country. The buyers don't use yen, and the sellers don't receive reals. The entire multi-million-dollar transaction is settled in US dollars. This isn't a regional quirk. Over 80% of all global trade, from electronics to agriculture, moves through the same dollar-denominated pipes. Central banks around the world double down on this trend, holding roughly 60% of their total foreign reserves in dollars. Economists have a specific name for this: the exorbitant privilege. There is a historical paradox at the center of this dominance. This global currency is fiat. It has no tie to gold or any physical commodity. The dollar persists because it functions as the global economy's underlying operating system, a self-reinforcing network that becomes more valuable as more people use it. Understanding modern geopolitics requires looking past the paper bills to see how this invisible network effectively traps the rest of the world. The network's foundation was laid in the 1970s through a strategic agreement between the United States and OPEC nations. The deal was simple. OPEC members agreed to price and sell their oil exports exclusively in US dollars. This created a mechanical bottleneck for the rest of the planet. Any nation needing energy to power its cities is forced to acquire dollars before it can even make a purchase. By pegging the world's most critical resource to its own currency, the United States engineered a state of perpetual global demand. Foreign central banks face a storage dilemma. They accumulate massive dollar reserves to pay for oil, but letting those funds sit idle as physical cash in a vault is a lost opportunity. To keep their money secure while earning interest, these nations invest their excess dollars back into U.S. Treasury bonds. These purchases provide the liquid capital that allows the U.S. government to run massive deficits, funding everything from domestic infrastructure to the global reach of the American military. This creates an ironic cycle. Foreign nations effectively finance American state power because they have no other safe place to park their mandatory oil money. There is also the issue of friction. Direct international trade between two minor currencies, like the Thai baht and the Brazilian real, is notoriously difficult. Lacking a deep market, it is faster to convert baht into dollars than into reals. The SWIFT network and global banking architecture are optimized for this. The dollar provides a high-speed highway, moving capital more efficiently than any other asset. The dollar maintains its status through economic gravity. For global capital, it represents the path of least resistance. These three nodes form an interconnected, compounding cycle that defines the dollar's network effect. Countries need dollars for energy. They buy U.S. debt to hold those dollars safely, and they use established banking highways to trade them with ease. This system is facing new pressure from the BRICS coalition, which has made de-dollarization a primary political goal. Dethroning the dollar involves more than just launching a new currency. A challenger would have to somehow replace the entire global architecture of debt, energy pricing, and liquidity simultaneously. The US dollar is the ultimate product of network effects. Its value rests on the inescapable reliance of the global economy itself.